All right, kings and queens, clash your swords. Oh yeah, get on one accord. You kings and queens already know.
100 kings and
We
100
got
queens?
We gonna show 'em, show 'em, show 'em, show 'em, show 'em. If they a boat, then we got to row 'em. If they're a raggedy car, we got to just tow 'em. Oh. Anyway, coming in. New video. Here we go. All right, so as you see on the screen, we have a QR code for today's Tuesday's barcodes. Okay? Now, there are beings who are trying to book VIPs, and VIPs are only on the opposite days of Tuesday and Thursday. Okay? So that is not the time for outsiders to come in and interrupt while I'm taking care of the students. So that is strictly for those who are getting barcodes. That is in the university. Okay? Now, if you are an outsider and not a student, and you're trying to get barcodes, remember there is a rules and regulation document that you have to sign and a NDA that y'all still have to sign, which is a non-disclosure agreement. So those who are on the outside trying to get things done, knowledge, whatever, then you have to go through that process. Okay, I'm not really working with no one on the outside, but there are things available for y'all to get done while you are trying to free yourself from this system. Okay, well, keep in mind that you cannot mix this process with anyone else's process. I keep saying this over and over and over. Okay, now I'm gonna go through these barcodes or these QR codes for those that keep claiming that they cannot book anything from our website. The website is 100 Kings, and that's the AND, and the number 100 Queens. 100 Kings with an S at the end, and 100queens.org. And when you go there, everything should pop up quickly. Scroll down, click on the links, and if you are trying to do a VIP for someone who is not a member, then you have to click on the $40 or the $100 per month link. Okay? Now, when y'all pay, you cannot pay directly. I see people keep doing this. They're paying PayPal, and you need to do it from the Acuity website. Okay? That is the website that's on our website. It's a page to get to it. Once you get to that and click on that, it'll ask you for the payment after you book. You have to book the appointment first. Then it'll take you to the page where you pay. So you click on the one that says $40, and then it'll take you there. Or the one that says $100. Now, the $100 you can do many times during the week. You cannot book more than one appointment a day because you got to be respectful of others' times who got to come in and book an appointment for that day. Okay? So please be mindful of others. Okay? You can't just take my whole day because you paid $100. You know damn well that ain't worth no $100. So please don't do it. So everybody is limited to only one appointment per day who have the VIPs. Now, if you're not a VIP, okay, and you are a student, then your days are on Tuesdays and Thursdays, okay? If you are a student and a VIP, then you would go Tuesday and Thursday as your regular 7-step days, okay? And the other days when you're trying to get other things done, then you use those days there. That's Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Okay, some weekends I will take off, just to let y'all know. Like this past weekend, I spent some time with my sons, and you got to be mindful of that. So I'm not always going to be available. So around the time when the month is changing over to the first of the month, that's when I'll possibly do that, because I know everybody's transitioning with their finances to get paid or whatever, or get things tendered for the bills or the monthly dues for the group. And mentioning monthly dues for everyone is due now. They are $100. Okay? So if you haven't tendered your monthly dues, remember I told y'all after the 5th, there's a late fee. So make sure you get your monthly dues in, and any other late fee that's attached to that, just go ahead and tender that along with that via PayPal. Okay? So back to it, when you go to the website, 100kings and 100queens.org, or scan this QR code, and I'll get to the one for the VIPs in a minute. I got QR codes for the VIPs, and I got QR codes for the students. Now, only the students can book Tuesday and Thursday. Now, if you're not or haven't booked anything for Thursday, you should have something booked for Tuesday. Okay? Everyone should be moving along. No one should be sitting back doing nothing. Okay, there's no reason, no excuse that you shouldn't have something that you're submitting on a Tuesday or Thursday. Those who claim to be on step 1, step 2, and step 3, and step 4, I need to see your documents, which I have not seen. You can say you're on this step, but when you come to me to get moved to the next step, I need to see everything from the beginning. Every time you submit, when you get on step 5, I want to see pre-step 1, pre-step 2, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. When you get to step 6, then I want to see pre-step 1, pre-step 2, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. Okay? Or going up to step 5. And so on and so on. Because there's a lot of you would go in and try to change stuff from what we originally talked about. Or something might have changed that you never updated. And this is the reason why I need to see those documents, so that way I can make sure your stuff is in order before you graduate. Okay? So that's that on that. The dues are due now, so get your dues in via PayPal. That's paypal.me/STT Estate Trust. Okay? Now, those who have the rental for the Kenya mailbox, please submit your tender for that as well. Those who, it is anywhere from $35 to $75 a month is whatever you're donating for that cause. Please get that in too. All right? So let's go on down the line with these barcodes. This is for Tuesday. Y'all can scan this, and it'll pop up. And you go to that link, open that link, and you book for Tuesday. Only the students. Not the $29.99 a month ones. Those are not students. Those are just watching the videos to get the sauce, okay? And get some extra knowledge, because I have to keep this stuff kind of secret because of haters, okay? This stuff, when it's hitting home for these fake government officials and informants or whatever you want to call them, then I have to be private, okay? And there are some that are subscribing every month, and they don't even have a name on the subscription list for the $29.99 a month. So you are suspect. And I'm going to get in contact with YouTube to cut you out. If you don't have a name besides your subscription, why in the hell are you subscribing if I don't know who you is? Did you send me a request to cityside2006@Yahoo or Gmail requesting your deeds for becoming a member subscriber? So anyone who became a new member on the channel and subscribe for $29.99 a month, where you can watch over, what is 900 videos now? I think it's 900 videos. Then you need to request via email, cityside2006@gmail.com or cityside2006@yahoo.com, and request the 2 deeds that is valued, I think one's at 100 million, and one might be at 1 million or 2 million, something like that. But those are the deeds that y'all will use to settle your debts for a lot of them, okay? Now, to get the other knowledge, I'm not just going to jump up here and tell you step by step everything unless you're a student or unless you did one of the VIPs, okay? Then we definitely have to do the rules and regulations and the NDA, because a lot of you are just trying to think you're going to get everything for $30. That's not going to work here, okay? Because it's just too much information. Just like you're in school, someone have to come in and grade your paper, make sure things right. You don't have nobody looking over your shoulder to make sure you're doing everything right. Remember back in the days in college, that's for those who went to college, the teacher used to have his hand behind his back and you used to go around stooping over your shoulder while you writing and stuff. Yeah, like that. It's good to have somebody like that around you. I was wanting the teacher to come by and just say something. But anyway, this is for the Tuesdays. Scan that with your phone with the QR code scanner and go to booking. Okay? Let's see if we go to the next one here. That didn't let me do it. So let's go here. Now, this is for the $100 VIP right here. Okay? Now, those who want to just book almost every day, every month, then this is how you got to do it. You do not pay via PayPal. You scan this right here, and you book the appointment first, and then in the end, it will tell you to tender the $100. That's how it's done. I'll still get a notification via PayPal because Security is connected with PayPal, with my PayPal. Okay? So please make sure you go through the website. I had a couple beings, they just went and tendered it and thought they was going to get an appointment. No, y'all got to understand these appointments are for me to know what I can do and what I can't do. Okay? So savings I got from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. booked. Okay? Then I know between 4 and 6 on Tuesday, I can go do some gardening. I can get on the phone with a tribe member. I can go shopping with a tribe member. You know, I can do something. I can go iron my clothes, bathe my tail. I can do something. But when y'all try to book at the last moment, I'm telling y'all this, even you VIPers, do not book the day of. Okay? Try to book a day before. Okay? Because you're going to interrupt my schedule. Okay? There are things I do in the late afternoons. Okay? And that's why I need that time. So after y'all book, okay, this one right here is going to allow y'all to book any day, pretty much any day, any time. And then after then, all your appointments that come after that, you will go to the section that says Anytime Access, VIP Anytime Access. And that's where you will book your appointments after your initial $100 tender. Now, the $40 tender, you only get one appointment. You don't keep booking. You get one appointment for an hour. The $100 ones, you get an hour appointment to go in depth about what you're talking about. You don't have to use the full thing, but just keep in mind, have your stuff listed out. That's why I ask y'all questions on the questionnaire. Make sure you answer the questionnaire. Any documents that you got for me to review, make sure y'all y'all upload them so I can review them. You got tax questions. You know, you can upload them there. Okay? You got some 1041s, some 1099s, whatever you need me to look at, please upload it. As I'm headed out from doing this, I want to help as many people as possible. Okay? So let me go on to the next one. This one is your $40 VIP. You can use your QR code scanner to scan this one. This is your one-day appointment. 1 hour. So outsiders, you can do this. You can do the $100 one too for the monthly. Okay? Choose your day. Choose it wisely. Okay? It's best, if you really want me to function, it's probably best to hit me after 12. Because I'm wide awake. Okay? Most of the times I'm waking up to these appointments and I'm kind of in a daze, you know? So be mindful of that as well. Okay? That's why I start rescheduling a lot of them for 10 a.m. instead of 9. Okay? All right, so the next one after that is your Thursday booking barcode. So those who have document review day, this is the students only. This is the day y'all will book. Use your QR code scanner to scan this. There's no excuses. It's in the video. Some of you act like you can't click a link on a website. I don't know what the problem is. You know, this platform that I partnered up with is a good platform, and there's none of that. Oh, I can't upload. It won't let me upload. No, those are lies. That's the reason why I partnered up with this platform, because I know that all 3 of my daughters use this platform. And they've been very successful for the last 5 years with it. Okay? Just took me some time to get to it. So that is it on that one. Remember, Thursdays is not for barcodes. Okay? Tuesdays is. So if you miss your Tuesday appointment for any reason or run late, you only get 30 minutes on Thursday and 30 minutes on Tuesday. So you be on time. Okay, if I'm past my time, then I will give you your 30 minutes or whatever time is needed. Okay, because sometimes I might be running over because someone then ran over themselves, or I might have to, you know, maybe take a quick break. Okay, so that's that. So we got that. When y'all are uploading for the questionnaires, please make sure when it asks to upload proof of what step you're on, upload your proof. I don't care how many appointments you have. Whatever step you're on, you need to upload it. Don't upload no blank page. Okay? For those who are on the outside and you are not in our university, but you want me to know something that you done last, let me see that so I can help you out with that. Because 9 times out of 10, y'all done some things wrong out there. Okay? You're out there just filling out stuff, listening to other people. There was a queen that set up, and while dealing with our stuff, start going over and listening to somebody else and tried to move forward with their stuff. That is going to get you in a world of trouble. I'm not going to grab you by the collar. I'm going to let you just run on and bump your head. You know how many times you let a baby sit there and just do it? I'm going to let him bump his head. He want to do it because they're going to have to learn. Okay? You going to let the baby do that? Yep. And when he get older, he's going to say, why my head so big? Because your ass bumped it so many times. But anyway, make sure you upload your proof of what step you're on or what you done last for Tuesdays and Thursdays appointments, because I need to know. Okay? Next, there is no direct phone calls. There are no direct phone calls. Okay? Everyone has to schedule an appointment with me because I have a calendar that I go by now. You just can't pick up the phone and call me. Y'all know this. The ones that did try to call. If I'm on the phone at 4 o'clock, a 4 o'clock appointment, see, first of all, you're not going to know the appointments unless you try to go in and book. And if you try to call me and I don't answer, is it going to be one of two things? One, because I'm on another call with one of the appointees, okay? Or I might be taking time for myself. And I'm not going to interrupt either one. This is why you have to book an appointment. If you are a student, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Now, let me tell you something. If you did not pay your monthly dues, tender the payment for your monthly dues, you are not considered a student. Until those monthly dues are tendered, you cannot book an appointment. So if you see me canceling something, it's either because you went and booked as a VIP and you're not VIP, you ain't paid for VIP, or you didn't tender your monthly dues. This thing has gotten serious because it's many that are about to graduate and get done. There are some saying, oh, I ain't got none done. Well, you know what? You know why you ain't getting none done? Because you're not doing things correctly. Take your time. I was telling one of the kings today that he gave me 4, I ain't saying his name, but 4, I think he tried to do 2 or 4 of the tax filings. Every company, I told you on the video, you got 4 tax filings you got to do. 4. Okay? There's 2 on the taxes, there's 2 on the interest. Okay? So that's 4 1099As, 4 1099Bs, 4 OIDs, okay? And depending on which one you're doing, that might be 2 1041s and 2 8288s, okay? But in order for you to know where to send those to, you're going to have to be on the phone with me. I'd rather work closely with everyone right now because that's the best way to get it done, okay? Again, no phone calls, no direct phone calls, okay? No text messages, okay? If you are someone that tendered on the outside, you know, and not a university student, then you're going to have to go to the $40 VIP one and book there. Now, if for some reason you did not book through the $40 payment system, and you're someone who tendered me gold or silver or copper, then go through that one-day VIP, which is the anytime VIP access, and go through that and book an hour appointment. Okay? Now, those who tendered the gold as students, then that's a whole month. Okay? Those who just tender copper don't equate to gold. It definitely don't equate to silver. So you do not get the same benefit as those students who tendered gold or silver. Silver is not going to equate to that. I mean, copper is not going to equate to that. Okay? Not for this. But on another end, on some of the instruments we do, yes, it will. All right. So next, I already told you monthly dues are due. Reminding you again. So get those in. I added a few things to the partnership video. There are some very important things that I got from the Most High that was downloaded. And like always, he's always putting this stuff together so that way we can understand it. Please put in the comment section for those that did see the video where I talked about the definition of municipality. Okay? I talked about that. I broke that down so that way y'all know and understand how this stuff up with the partnership class. Okay? Because it makes so much sense. Think about you being a native of the land, and here comes the colonizer. Or those who fake like they want to do some partnership. And it's like you go to any other country, and you come on their land, and you say, hey, I want to do business with y'all. Well, you're creating a partnership with their government. Okay? They have a foreign government that came on the land, and you already have a government that you work with that has a treasury. I told you all this. Every government going to have some type of treasury. Even in the scriptures, they had a treasury. Okay? So, I had to add these things on. And one of those things is a number, a new number that we have. Well, it's not new. We already dealt with it, oh, my goodness, 4 years ago. But I never knew that it links up this way. And I always tell you, the Most High is going to give me stuff. He's going to show me at a later time, just like the 82, 88, when we did the taxes. When we had sent our stuff before to the Treasury, we didn't have the 82, 88. Because the Most High told me to put that to the side and we were going to come back. And when he came back, it's just a whole new class, like a whole university just on the taxes. Now I see why we didn't supposed to deal with it then. Now it links back into this, which is the partnership. That's according to 26 USC 1445 and 1446. Okay? Now, one of the numbers we're going to get, I'm going to show y'all how to get it in a minute, but it links back up to what is taught on the partnership video. Okay? And I'll make that connection when I make that video, but for now, you're going to need to get this number, every last one of y'all who has a copyright and the assumed name. If you got the assumed name, make sure it's in your birth state. The king is the owner of the assumed name. Okay? Now, this will certainly, definitely put you in the financial system with the United States Treasury. You're already there because you did your 2848, your Form 56, your durable power of attorney, your assumed name. So once your king or queen name is in these places, it is certified. Okay? So when they give you your EFTPS system, your fins and gens number, then guess what? Your name is real. No one can say that ain't your name. And shout out to everyone who went and got their chime card in their king or their queen name using the estate number. Okay? You use it as a social, that estate number on chime, and you use your king or queen name. You don't put, someone went and put the goddamn real name, real Strawman, and why would you do that when you're trying to take that name out of their damn system? What person would do that? You're trying to stay in the damn system. We're trying to get out. The Strawman is just a business. Now we're trying to go up a notch, where, because you see a lot of people talked about it in the past. Oh, that's a transmitting utility. No, it's part of an estate. That name has value based on the copyright. So anybody uses that name, now they're, how can I say, trespassing on the estate, and they're using property, IP, that ain't theirs. Okay? And that is definitely a trespass on the estate. Okay? So, we got some more things added to the partnership video. Get that to you hopefully by the end of this week. But before then, I'm going to give you this new number. But make sure it's for only those who are on or past step 1. If you haven't passed step 1, if you haven't done your pre-step 1, pre-step 2, step 1, step 2, step 1. Pre-step, it can definitely be in your step 2, but I'd rather you do it on your pre-step 1. Because we already got 5 numbers over on step 2. Okay? Really, this still is a banking number, so I say, really, we're supposed to be putting it on step 2. Just remember I said this. It really supposed to be on step 2, but this way you can get it in the Treasury system early. Okay? So step 1, step 2 is when you get this number here. I'm going to show y'all. All right. All right. So I got here on this list, finished last barcodes. The barcodes that y'all guys sent for the LaTanya Denham case, the fourth wall, we're still working on that. So I'm going to get to those when I can, but I told a lot of y'all to resubmit them by appointment. So that way I can get y'all on the phone and get those done immediately. No one came back. We booked through the platform. The platform is free on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's strictly for students. You pay your monthly dues. So if you're not booking, then you can only blame yourself. No one said you had to pay anything on Tuesday. No one said you had to pay anything on Thursday. Those are free for the members. Your monthly dues handle that. That handles the time that you get with me one-on-one. You should want the time one-on-one. Because most people are going to charge you $250 just to be on the phone 30 minutes with them. But here it is. You got it in the whole monthly package. And you got the opportunity to ask other questions on the questionnaire when you're booking the appointment. So your curious mind won't be curious anymore. Okay? So, those who haven't resubmitted, please book an appointment for Tuesday or Thursday. Thursday is to look at your documents. Tuesday is for barcode requests. Okay? And get that done. So that way I can get this in and out. Because remember, the last site, someone went in there was effing around with it. And that's why y'all couldn't get that done. And also, some of you did not put everything that was needed. I did a video on the barcode telling you you got to put the principal plus the interest. Just like that. Principal plus sign interest equals total amount. That needs to be on there. Whoever you're charging. Okay? Your birth certificate name. Your king or queen name. That needs to be on there. It needs to be signed on the last page. Some of you acting like you don't want to do it. Hey, this is the new system. This is the way we're doing it. All right? So, let's get to this page here. This is the number, guys. This is the number that you all will need. This one right here is on LEI Register. Okay? You can do it for 3 years, which I suggest y'all do it for 3 years. $165. If you can only do it for 1 year, just do it for 1 year. But this number, because remember, if you do it just for $75, you're going to have to renew it next year. Okay? There is a way you also can do this. But keep in mind that LEI number, and I can go down the line to tell you exactly what it's for. As a matter of fact, I'll pull it up on Google so you can see it yourself, so you won't just always listen to what I'm saying. Because some of you don't believe a word I say. Okay? I don't understand after all these years, you still don't. But next year you would have to renew it. That's another $75. It'd be $150. Well, you could have got 3 years for $165. This is the one I'm going with, or I might go with the 5-year one here. Okay, for $250. These are the two that I suggest you go with. Because your assumed name, you just got your assumed name, then you want to go with the 5-year for those who assume name is only 5 years. If you got 3 years left, go with the 3-year one. If you only got 1 year left on your assumed name, only go with 1 year. Okay? But I still suggest you go with the 3-year. Okay? Because you need to know what this is all about. Now, another thing you can do, and when you get your LEI number, is have me do a barcode request on that LEI number. So that way you can claim the number. All right? And then, because you don't, if those who don't have a UCC, remember it's for commerce. So you're not issuing anything out of the LEI number. Okay? So you're not going to be distributing the LEI number to anyone, because that's why they have transfer here. But you can still put a claim on that number. So even after it expires, you still run that number. If you have a UCC, then it goes into the UCC for commerce. Now, I'm going to get into what the LEI number is for. So let's go over here. What is a LEI number used for? Ooh, that is so wrong. That wasn't even capped. I don't know why I put it in all caps. So, and this is AI speaking. I like going down here to Office of Financial. This is the government thing here, OFR. Okay, let's go over here so y'all can see it yourself. The legal entity identifier. So you have an assumed name. It identifies your company, which is your Strawman. So now you have not just a Duns and Bradstreet number linked to it, but you have a LEI number linked to it, which anyone trying to say that is you, that is a lie. So what happens with this is there's two different things that can hold a LEI number. It can be a person, which they say is not required to even have one, and then there is a company. So if you have a LEI number attached to the all caps name, then you just prove to the court that it is not a straw man. I mean, a real being, excuse me. It is a straw man. They say it right here, like a barcode, used across markets and jurisdictions. See? So when you get a barcode, that's used in commerce. That's why when you get your common law copyright, if they sit here and they use your name in commerce, that means they're using your barcode because they're both intertwined. Okay? And you're using it in the private, so when you bring it into the public, it is only to do business. So now the LEI number helps bring your barcode into commerce, and we're going to get into that. Talking about why is the LEI number important, dealing with 26 U.S.C. 1445, and then dealing in commerce. Because remember, we have to settle the debt. Okay? You have to settle the debt. The name that you have, they normally put the debt on it. And no matter what you try to use, a corporation or whatever, they always try to use the LEI number. Why? And I'm going by what I know right now and not just reading this. I know for a fact that they are creating bonds on your name for a debt that you owe. It's a tax debt. What happens is, according to 26 U.S.C. 1445, it says that the transferee can pay the debt, the tax debt. So what they've been doing all these years, and you have never seen it, you're wondering how in the hell did they ever get on the GMEI utility site? Let me see this site. I think that site got bought out. It got bought out by the DTCC. GMEI utility. Let's see. I thought they got bought out. GMEI utility operated by DTC was, it says was the largest local operating unit, LOU, in the global legal entity identifier system. It issued, see, and that's when y'all went and looked at how many bonds or how many things came up. That was the LEI. Those were the bonds that they had off on the different contracts they had. All those contracts wasn't yours. That was contracts that those companies had who had the LEI number. So what you had to do is look up the LEI number, not the social. Says which are unique 20-character codes to businesses involved in over-the-counter derivatives. See that? So what is a derivative? We look at it in the financial market as something different, but a derivative is anything that is not you and a derivative of you. So your debt that you have is a derivative of you. This is what ties the bond back to you. It imitates you. So when they look at the bond, they look at you. So when China invests in the bond, they're investing in you. This is my slave. I got a share of this slave, which is you. So in the scripture, it clearly tells you that you will go away on slave boats. That's being shipped on the sea. So their market is the sea market. Okay? So this is how it's a derivative. It's a derivative of you. It imitates you. Okay. However, as of July 27, 2023, the GMEI utility has ceased operations. All LEI-related inquiries should now be directed to the new managing LOU. Okay, so let's go to the breakdown. So it says GMEI utility was responsible for issuing and managing LEIs, which are used to identify legal entities, watch this, participating in what? Financial transactions. So I just gave you your answer why, after you get your common law copyright, your straw man, do your power of attorneys with the IRS first, and your birth certificate is authenticated and all that. Now you see why you need it. Because you're going to be dealing in financial markets. You might say, King, well, how that links up with the 26 USC 1445? Easy. The debts has to be settled. Anytime, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it in a new video too. Anytime the transferee pays the tax debt for the transfer, so when they transfer you those instruments, that means you pay the tax on that to the IRS for them. What happens at that point? Can anyone guess? They become a what? Debtor. What does the scripture say? We will become the lender and they will become the what? Borrower. So let's take a look at them and vice versa, reversed. So what's happening is when you send that bill back, they are taxing you. When you sign that contract, whether it's over the phone, whether it's through the mail, whether it's in person, they get that contract. They pay the tax on the contract, so we can prove it right now. Let's go over here to the 82, 88 B form. Let's go over there. You say he's talking it, but he ain't walking it. Well, let's walk it, buddy. Like that song, walk it out, walk it out. Southside, walk it out. King gonna walk it out. 100 gonna walk it out. All right, so name of transfer, identification number. Now, in most cases, when they transfer something to you, you're the transferee. But they flip it around and make themselves like they send it. It's like kind of like a quarterback pass. He passed it to himself, self-pass. That's what they do. They're the transfer. They transfer it to themselves, but they say you are them. See, derivative. Get it? And so, but they put your identification number because they're acting as you as a DBA. Okay? And we'll get into that later, how they do all that. But if you look down here in B6, description of U.S. real property, we went over U.S. real property a million times to tell y'all how they're doing this. And how another reason, another way how they're doing this is because you are the real property. You are a derivative. Let's go back. Let's go back. Go back up here. Where's that where it says derivative? There's one on here that says something about a derivative. Anyway, they had the derivative of, and that's how they get you, yourself, your living being, as real property that belongs to who? The U.S. So you got to separate yourself from the straw man to be the beneficiary. And what's funny about this whole thing about the LEI, under the LEI, it mentions, are you a beneficiary? Are you doing this for a beneficiary? Under 26 U.S.C. 1445, dealing with the intermediary, everything is dealing with the beneficiary. They're supposed to be doing this work for the beneficiary. But they're busy wanting the straw man name so that way they can go put the lien on the straw man, so that way the straw man beneficiary merged together never gets the benefits because the dead can't receive. I hope y'all caught that. This is why they want you as a straw man. That's why they make a derivative of your name in the mail, your name, John Alex Doe, and they say John Doe. They just made a derivative of that name, and that is not really you. That's why you got to slap them in the face and say, don't ever call me that again. Make sure your middle name, when you do anything, fidelity, anything, your first and middle name is in the first name box. Do not uppercase your middle name, never. Keep it all lowercase. Uppercase, lowercase, first name, lowercase, middle name in the first name box. Skip the middle name box. Go to the last name and put your last name. Okay? What you were birthed with. Don't add no married name. Don't add no Moorish name. I'm telling y'all. All that stuff is derivatives. And it makes you a straw man again. So all y'all thinking y'all fooling the government, you only fooling yourself. Stop making a fool of yourselves. Because you want to stick your chest out. Oh, yeah, I got a new name. So you think Jesus going to come back, he got a new name? God going to come back, he got a new name? Do you think they're going to stick their chest out there? I got a new name. Contract price. See that? Look at this. Real property. Now, you might say, oh, King, that's only dealing with real estate. You telling me you ain't real? If you go look up the definition of U.S. real property interest, U.S. RPI, they break it down. Don't just go look in one place, look in many places. Go to the U.S. codes and look it up. They got a hyperlink where you can look it up there. They tell you U.S. real property is any corporation of the United States. That's why when they give you a fake name violating 18 U.S.C. 1342, that becomes a fake name. Okay? It's a fictitious name. Any fictitious name belongs to the United States. What now you see why I tell y'all to authenticate the assumed name once you get it and send it to that foreign country where your 9/8 is at. So that way they never have control of that property. You just made that property foreign. Okay? You got your proof. Hope I ain't moving too fast for some of y'all. I know it's a lot of information because I know with the partnership video, there's a hell of a lot. So y'all need to grasp this part now. That's why I decided to go ahead and teach y'all some of this stuff now so you understand how this stuff is working and how the hell they've been getting away with all of it. They're paying the tax for your contract. So say, you don't care if it was a mortgage. The mortgage was, say for instance, $900,000. King, who the hell got a mortgage that much? You do, boy. Shut up. $900,000. Well, the tax on that is going to be, let's go to the calculator. 900,000 times 24% is what the IRS say. So the taxes on that, my buddy, is exactly $216,000. Okay? Now, the company who claim to be the transferor and the transferee or the withholding agent, they might put you as a transferee, but they put themselves as the withholding agent. You ask them, how can they say that they're the transferee and transferor? Well, they can do that, and they do it, but they put your social over there, and then they put themselves as the withholding agent, meaning they are responsible for the taxes. And they pay the IRS with what? An adequate security. Okay? So if they had stock in a company, they can give that stock to the IRS. And now the IRS accepts that as payment. Look up what the adequate security is, according to 26 U.S.C. 1445. So they pay the tax for you, and it creates a debt. Now do y'all see why we settle the debt and pay the tax? Now, in reality, what we do now is we will give them all the money. So say we had this contract for $900,000. Well, out of the $900,000 of what they receive, we're supposed to take out $215 or $214 or $216, whatever it is, and send it to the IRS immediately, and they're left. Those who got paid for the real estate normally gets paid the rest, which is like $700,000, or a little under $700,000, $780-some thousand maybe. Okay, and that's how it's supposed to work. But if you gave them the whole $900,000, then you also paid the tax, but you paid it to them. And like I was telling the king today, this is why we have 4 1099As, 4 1099Bs. So on your 1099B, you're going to reverse the role of the receiver. You're going to be on the first one, you're going to be the receiver. You're the receiver. Because they're claiming that they paid the tax for you. Since they paid the tax, well, let me get the tax refund. This is why they never send you a 1099B or a 1099A. Plenty of y'all out there who did this real estate bankruptcy stuff, y'all go file with the IRS to get a transcript, and y'all find out that these companies did a 1099A on you. Why? To show you owe the debt. Okay? So now the 1099B that you do will claim the tax that they paid the IRS. Because, okay, you paid the tax? Well, that's my tax. I gave that to the IRS. You did it for me. So now, thank you. Thank you. I'm going to go to the IRS and I'm going to get it. Because that's the only way these bonds exist. They exist by taxes. Think about it. Ask yourself this. How in the hell did the GMEI utility have so many freaking bonds out there if you ain't never have that many damn contracts? Some of us had 2,000, 2,500. Because keep in mind, they keep selling the contract. Think about a debt collector who buys a contract from one company. And then they sell it again, and you never knew they freaking sold it until they hit your credit report. Same thing with your credit reports. It's the same goddamn thing. They're just passing the potato, refurbishing it, doing the same tax thing again. Everything on your credit report is dealing with taxes. Everything. And like I told the king today, yes, the fiat that you pay, the credit that you pay, the debit card that you pay, the food stamps that you pay is the tax. Everything is the lawful money. So what you do, end of every month, for those who are getting food stamps, if you get $1,000 in food stamps, you're going to divide that into 24%. Let's see here. We're going to do 1,000 into 24%. So what that is 4,100 $66.67 every month in lawful money that they are receiving. And you, my friend, are spending the tax dollars. Where's the proof? Well, what is the government giving you anything from? Taxes. Why do you think y'all get in trouble if y'all sell the food stamps? Because you're selling damn taxes. Why do you think food stamps is tax exempt? Because it's taxes. You can't tax a tax. But the state them getting away with it. They're taxing you again to keep up the facade, to make you think you're really paying a tax on a tax. And why is it a tax on a tax? Because it's double taxation. I learned that in business school. That's where your partnerships come into play. Okay? Some of you think because you get a partnership, you're not double taxed. Yes, you are. The partnership itself and then the owner or the partners. It's really 3 times, because if both partners get taxed personally and then the partnership itself get taxed, that's 3 times. But what's happening is them as a partner, they're not getting taxed because they're stealing the lawful money. They're putting it all on you. So I hope I just broke this down so y'all can clearly understand. This stuff will even go even deeper than what I just said. Okay? So, got your contract price right there. That's just an example. Date of transfer, always remember on these forms, as the IRS and taught us now, it's before or on the date of. So if your date down here doesn't match the date here, don't put it. It needs to be before or on, not after. So you're doing just act as everything happened today. Okay? So if I paid someone, I need to put it down today. Okay? 8/4/2025. Need to be here. Same thing right here. Trustee's going to do this. Not no authorized representative. Okay? Always going to be one of these 3 right here. 1445E or one of these. And I went over that in the tax video. You can go see that on lounge.tv. It's pay-per-view. Okay? So, I hope I didn't bore you with that. But let me get back over here. Let's go over here. But y'all need to research this in your own time. Just go over here and show you. I started with Bloomberg. Bloomberg is okay. It's pretty good. They ask a lot of questions. When you deal with Bloomberg, you got a third-party authorization letter, because you're going to be putting this in your Strawman name for the assumed name. But remember, you're the power of attorney for the Strawman. So you can have this, and you also can have the 2848 or your Form 56. Either or, Form 56 and this third-party letter, or the 2848 and this third-party letter. Okay? That's for Bloomberg only. Bloomberg now. Now, if you see right here, this is Bloomberg. I got an account with them. You come down, they're asking about all this forms and stuff. You got to download the form. Right here, you got to upload, I think, your proof right here, your authorization. Okay? You got the general addresses, relationships, contact. My last thing was the files. But they wanted so much information, and this is my first time filling this out. So the name that I used was not the straw man on this one, but you want to use the straw man, and that's how I had to learn. So this is how I had to come in here and show you this, because I wanted to tell you, do not do your trust, do not do the with it, do the straw man. So that way it matches up with the king or the queen name. Okay? Now, when you go to gleif.org, okay? These are the sites that you go to get your LEI number, okay? You don't want to register a fund at all. Nope. Even though they do have an LEI fund, the government does. The government requires that those companies, these companies below that are issuing the LEI numbers, take a portion of the money. So this money here, where we at? This is it. Yeah, this company here. So if they're getting $55, probably 15 or 25 will have to go towards a fund, an LEI fund, and that's mandated by the government. Okay. The United States government. Okay? So I'm going to get out of Bloomberg, because I don't want Bloomberg. Okay? And when you get time, go to financialresearch.gov. Let me see if I can find the rest of this. /legal-entity-identifier/facts. FAQS. Okay? Hope y'all see that. Or you can just go to Google and type in information to find out about them. But you can just type in LEI, Office of Financial Research, and it'll come up as well. Please, please study, study, study. Now, these numbers are given for financial transactions. So if you are buying stock, issuing stock now, because you want to know how does this link up with what we're doing. Well, the scripture tells us that, again, they will be the borrower and we will be the lender. This is how this happens, because we have the opportunity with the Fins and Gens number to pay the taxes for them and get our lawful money for that. So say, for instance, I paid, and this is how this works. Say, for instance, the tax was, let's see here, it was the $216,000. I paid it. Well, in return for me paying it, I got to get my lawful money back. So if I want $500 for my $216,000, guess how much I'm going to get back for paying the taxes? And this is the business they're in. $108 million. Hope y'all get that. That's more than what was owed with the $900,000 of the house. Did y'all catch that? The house is $900,000. The tax is $200 and some thousand. And then when you pay it for them, you get a return on that of $108 million. The house wasn't even $1 million. So now when they do their OID, they break this lawful money down. Interest is interest. Lawful money is the interest. They break it down over 5 years, and they get that in 5 years. So let's divide that into 5. So now we're back at that 21 million. Now they're getting it every year. And they can break that 21 million down into 12 months, so they're getting paid every month $1.8 million. So now let me tell you why. These companies stay on you about your monthly payments. Because if you don't pay your monthly payments, then that contract is null and void, and they can't really get no more payments, because they got to show proof that it's still active. This is why when we settle the debt, we kill all that and we go to the treasury and say, hey, we ain't getting them power of attorney. This debt has been settled. Here's the proof. They owe us. We paid the taxes. Then the treasury stops all payments, make them pay back everything. Read 31 CFR 240.14 through 17. Okay? And they tell you all payments stop once you do that dispute letter. For those who don't know anything about dispute letter and just tuning in to me, please go type in King Stevian, do a dispute letter, DLT, and it'll come up. Now, again, these are the companies you go to and you choose. Okay? A lot of them are foreign. Okay? Legal entity identifier, India, London Stock Exchange, NASDAQ, okay? National Securities Depository, Limited. There's a lot of them here, okay? So we go over here. What is this one? All right, so this one is LEI-identifier.com. Okay, just type that in on Google and put in register for LEI number. And this one's very simple. So it says verify empowerment. Please upload a document listing the legal entities, authorized representative, e.g. board meeting minutes. So this is what you're going to need right here. I gave y'all the template for the board meeting minutes, your meeting minutes, okay? What you're going to have to do, make sure you have a logo at the top for your Strawman name. Okay, don't have to be the trust. Okay, it can be in trust, but I'd rather you have your Strawman name at the top. Okay, and then everybody that attends the meeting, that's a part of your board. Okay, that's trustee, whoever's on the board of directors, secretary, treasurer. Make sure you have that. And that's really all you have to upload here. Articles of association. You can go pull one of those up. Just type in articles of association to see what comes up here. Articles of association are a company's internal rule book outlining its structure, management, and operation. So pretty much all they want to see is, are you on that staff of that company? So pretty much that's what you need to make an articles of association. Let's blow this picture up here so y'all can see it. Let's go to images. All right. So it says right here, a document that specifies the regulations for a company's operations and defines the company's purpose. So you need that, but you also will need that. It's kind of like your trust documents, where your declaration of trust or certification of trust is pretty much what it's like. The certification of trust. And here's one right here as an example. I'm going to go visit this site here. Let's preview this. Okay. See how many pages on here. I don't really say how many pages on here. But they won't let you copy it. But they got it right here where you can, so it's on rocketlawyer.com. Okay, you can make one on there. It says make document, share certificates. And this is also important to do. It's very important to do this for your Strawman, because it lines up with your common law copyright where it says, you know, shares can be issued of the straw man. And it also shows that when someone violates your copyright, then they just stole shares, and this is where you use your 4797 form. You know, especially when it comes to government, using your name on a ticket or something like that. Okay? Share certificates. Okay? So please go to rocketlawyer.com. Pretty good. It's a pretty good site. Shares and distributions. So keep in mind now, the way some of these will look at it is as if you're giving shares of the straw man or the assumed name, they're thinking you're giving shares of you, the living being, and you're not. Because it started as a corporation, a private name, before you even got the assumed name. The assumed name is you're just acting as that corporation in certain instances. Okay? Imagine a spirit going inside a dead body and bringing that dead body back to life. Okay? Look at it that way. All right? All right. So that's it on the LEI. Go to Rocket Lawyer. Do your association document. Article of association of, and then it'll be John Alex Doe right here. Okay? Not going to mess with that. All right? And we already went over those companies there. We know the OFR, where you do your research on the LEI. All right, talk to y'all about the bonds. Okay. I wanted to look at this one. Let's see, can I get there? Because I like to break down. I like looking at the charts. There you go right there. So make sure you have a chart like this one as well on there. Okay? How decisions are made. So pretty much this is how your forms will break down. Be eight forms. Okay? 8 pages. And each page will have these detailing. Okay. It's kind of like I said. It's kind of like your declaration of trust and your certification of trust. That's what it's like. So you can use, if you got that, you can probably use that. All right. But I would go ahead and do the articles of association. Okay. Find that website. It's. Okay. LEI-identifier.com /LEI-registration. Okay. Let's go there. Let me see and make sure it still works even if I take that 3 years away. It should. Yeah, it's still there. Okay. So this is the one I would go with to make it easier for everybody. All right? Now, I go back over here. I'm going to go back over here. Now, this is the 100 VIP, but I just wanted to come over here just to remind y'all, for those who need to get more days in for the full month, this would be the one you would do. All right. Now, before I get out of here, remember your monthly dues are due now, and I'm going to give you a list of coming soons. Coming soon. Starting with the series, the 6-episode series called Impress Me. Okay? The Me, King Stevian. One King Stevian in there, not just yet, but y'all heard, the first, a outline of the first episode. I might do an outline for the second one and do one for the third, the fourth, and the fifth. Yeah, just to build up anticipation for it. I might do that. Might do that. But I'm trying to see how this one go. Right here. The first episode. So be on the lookout for that. That would be on audio, and I'll do like a picture video on it. And by the time we get to the third one, then we'll start selling those on flash drives. Be backed by gold, real gold, on the cover. Definitely get deeds for that, and it'll have a high value on that one. Definitely. Might do it at 50 billion. I do it at 50 billion. That way you can settle your whole tribe's birth certificates. Okay, that'll be a good thing, because most of them are 3 billion, 1 to 3 billion. Yeah, because I see a lot of beings trying to get deeds that are in those high numbers, so that way they can settle their whole tribes. And I know everyone needs that. All right. So, Impress Me, the audio and video series, coming this month, end of this month. Okay. All right. Just trying to build anticipation right now. So, bear with me. All right. The next one is Piano in the Dark. I told y'all about that. And gonna release that one first before I release the 7-step piano album, classic piano album with me and King T No Mail. Still got that in the works. But the Piano in the Dark is ready now. I just had some trip ups with the platform I'm dealing with, because it was replacing an old release, and they got those confused, so I'm going to have to call them and reach out to them for them to release the album. That's already ready, been caught back, ready to go for about a month, 2 months now. All right? So Piano in the Dark meditation album, very good, very good. That's coming. You need that for your meditation, when you're doing your studying and thinking about what's going to be the next move for you. All right? Next one is All That Money with me and Kaylee. So it's one track, but we're turning it into a full album. Okay? The lyrics are already written. I'm ready. I'm like ready to jump out my seat to record it. It's sitting there. It's ready. And I did a drop for King T No Mal on that one. And he already heard the drop. So, yeah, that's going to be at the beginning of that. It's like a kind of like a commercial drop for his Higher Threat Productions. All right. But that's going to be the album, me and Kaylee, All That Money. So I want y'all to support that. All funds go to Kaylee on that one. Not me at all. The single from the UGH 2.0 album with me and DJ Rodski is coming soon. The single, Smile. It's called Smile. Matter of fact, DJ Rodski came over today, not Tino, but Rodski came over today, and he let me hear some more tracks that he got, and trying to see which ones I'm going to squeeze in on the album, so it might be more than 11 tracks on that album. And it's 2 he took away from here that he's working on as well. That one of them I really wanted to do, and then one he really wanted to do. So we're definitely gonna get those on there. So be on the lookout for it. But Smile, that's the first single. All right, and that's gonna have a high value on the album as well. And that one's gonna be free. All right. For the ones that do the monthly subscription, of course. Okay, $29.99, and then the university members, or if you're a university member or a YouTuber, person on YouTube, and you did your $29.99 per month, but you can do it in the link below in the description. Just click on that, pay the $29.99 per month, and you get to see 900 plus videos that's secret to a lot that they can't get, but you can get it. All right? Showing you how to settle debts, all kinds of ins and outs that you need. All right? Facts. All right. Last album, which should be out maybe this week. Maybe this week. Matter of fact, let me go see here. While I'm on here with y'all. Let's see here. I can't stand this. Let's see here. The album MySpace. You know, the one with T. Nomel's remix, my remixes. I'm going to have to listen to this. All right, so it should be out already. They might drop it this weekend here. Let's see if it's out. Nope, that's wrong. It's MySpace, not New York Space. Can't talk about New York. Nope, it's not out yet. It is not out yet. But anyway, you see, do a DLT dispute ladder. That's what you need to watch right there. Okay? But anyway. So, MySpace, that is a 10-track album, different remixes of the track I did, MySpace, and it has a high value on it. I think that one is, $1 billion, if I'm not mistaken. Might be $1 billion. Okay? So, once that comes out, I'll let y'all know, but y'all can be on the lookout for it as well. All right? And that is it. If you use this information to get free, do not blame me. Blame the L, the O, the R, the D. Won't he do it? Oh, yes, he'll do it. So what you need to do is get this knowledge and start to pursue it. I'm King Stevian, representing the 100 Kings and the 100 Queens. I am out. Peace.